Hello and welcome. I'm meditation teacher Anya Stoddart, and today I'm sharing a student case study. This one is about how Gemma, a busy teacher, used meditation to reduce the tension and tightness that triggered her bad headaches. Gemma is a primary school teacher, and it doesn't take much imagination to think how busy that job is. She had a pattern of intensely painful tension headaches every month. A lot of the time she used painkillers to take the edge off, but sometimes they didn't work. And when they didn't, it could mean having to leave work early so she could lie down, or at their very worst, the headaches forced her to take a day off. Having to take the drug so frequently made Gemma quite anxious about the long-term side effects, and that anxiety was triggered every time she popped one in her mouth. But not only that, she also felt intensely guilty about missing work when there were people relying on her to be there. Having heard that meditation could be helpful for reducing pain, but also that it could be very relaxing, she decided it was worth giving it a go. Even though she wasn't really sure when she was going to fit it in, and she was a little bit dubious about her ability to sit still doing nothing. Now, because Gemma felt there was no time to waste, she booked a one-to-one coaching with me. And this meant I could give her the exact meditation she needed, as well as a few weeks support, email support, and getting started. At the beginning of the coaching, we talked through what a working day involved, and it became clear that even though Gemma coped really well with the intensity of her job, the stress of having 100 things to do, to think about each day, was being carried in her muscles. And with each of these thing to do, that thing to do thought, her jaw, her neck, her shoulder muscles got tighter and tighter. Of course, what I'm showing you is an exaggeration, but behind the scenes, even though you might look like your shoulders are down, those muscles are really tightening up, and they tighten up into the back of the head. And the neck and jaw muscles tighten up into there too. And this is where tension headache started from. This is where Gemma's tension headache started from. Each day, one layer of tension built on the previous day's tension, layer of tension, until there was enough tightness there for her headache to trigger. So I created a specially recorded guided meditation for Gemma, and it combined 3 important elements that would help her reduce her headache frequency and intensity. The first element was a relaxation sequence to undo her jaw, neck, and shoulder tension. The second, woven in with the relaxation, was taking Gemma through a gradual slowing down of her thoughts. This is a step-by-step process, which was taking her from the 100 things to think about state of mind to being able to rest and relax into the present moment. The final element, woven in with the first 2, was guidance on letting go of anxious thoughts, as well as the guilty and worried ones too. We ended up integrating this letting go part into her meditation because when we talked about her working day, it turned out these anxious, guilty, worried thoughts were popping up more often than she realised, and they weren't just related to when she had her headaches. Now, besides having the bespoke meditation recording, we talked through when the best time to use it would be, and agreed before bed would be best. This would enable her, both her body and her mind, to relax, to have a reset ready for the next day. Plus, doing it before bed would enable her to sleep better. So to make this plan a reality, Gemma set the alarm on her phone for 9:30 p.m. And this was the prompt for her to go up to her bedroom and meditate before going to bed, which she's been doing around about 3 or 4 times per week. And this 9:30 p.m. is meditation time decision worked really well for her. Gemma found that instead of meditation being a time of doing nothing, she realised the 15 minutes passed by really quickly. And in that time, she went from feeling quite wired up to being quite sleepy and more than ready for bed. This all sounds very simple, but in the beginning it wasn't quite as straightforward as this. Even with the coaching and the bespoke meditation, Gemma initially struggled with the belief that meditation was an indulgence. It was taking up time that ought to be used for something more important. And this is when the coaching support emails came into their own. They helped Gemma get clear in her mind just how important the regular meditation was to her. And when she took the time to meditate, Gemma noticed that she slept better and felt clearer and brighter the following morning. This led to taking fewer painkillers. And so far, we're about 5 or 6 weeks in, she hasn't had to take off any time for headaches. And best of all, she hasn't had any anxiety or guilt because of missing work. If you're struggling with tension headaches, anxious about using lots of medication, feeling guilty about having time off work, then meditation can help you, as you've already seen with Gemma's story. A great way to get started is with the Exploring Meditation Week online course. Or if you feel a more bespoke program would be helpful, book in a free discovery call with me to find out if the one-to-one coaching is the way to go. Go to my website, wisdommind.co.uk, and click on the links to learn more about Exploring Meditation Week, or if you want to go in that direction, booking a discovery call to find out about the one-to-one. And I look forward to hearing from you when you're ready.